Hello everybody. For the ISC students and the new semester system which is causing a bit of a trouble because there are very few books as many of you were asking. There are books for the CBSE students because they are doing the objective type questions for a long time, but this is the first time for you, and there's a huge chapter to build a fire, and today we are going to do that topic so that it becomes a little bit easy for you. And there can be questions, various number of questions from anywhere and everywhere, as this is a huge chapter. I hope you'll be able to answer the MCQs that I have said. I have also placed a specimen paper that was provided by the board, and from this chapter only the questions directly which are set from to build a fire, as well as my own questions, my own MCQs you'll find over here. So both of them you practice together. First you read the chapter. When everything is prepared, you feel that it is prepared, you come to the MCQ and solve them and try to find out how much you have scored. That's all. Let's begin. Let's begin to build a fire. Which one is not the characteristic trait of man? The first question of today. Lack of imagination, adventurous, determination, lack of knowledge. Lack of imagination is something for which one feels that he is not aware of certain things. Like he obviously had lacked imagination. He lacked imagination. Why? Because you see that this man was not able to understand that he will not be able to fight nature. Adventurous, yes, he is adventurous. That is why he has been to such a place. Determination, he was determined that he'll be able to survive, he'll be able to fight the cold nature. Lack of knowledge, he did not lack knowledge. He was knowledgeable, he knew what was the temperature, he knew everything, but he still thought that he will be able to fight back. He did not, he lacked what? The instinct. So lack of knowledge is wrong. Next question, number 2. When did the man realize that he should meet his death with dignity? There are 4 options. When after repeated attempts he could not light the fire and shivering continued, when he could not reach the camp, when he broke into one of the hidden springs, when his hands and feet became numb. So all the 4 options you see, these are correct. None of them are wrong. But which one is better than the other 3? First one, when after repeated attempts he could not light the fire, when it was not possible for him to light the fire for a long time, and then the shivering continued and he thought he will not be able to survive. So option number A. Question 3, running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Which figure of speech is used here? So over here obviously you see the word like. Like means that this is a simile when it is a comparison between two things, using like. Metaphor, extended metaphor, assonance and simile. So the last one is correct, simile. Question 4. What was there in the man's pocket? A packet of biscuits, birch bark, warm clothes and moccasins. Obviously birch bark, not packet of biscuits, it was inside his shirt. Warm clothes, no. Moccasins, no. So birch bark. Question 5. The Chicago's German socks were like sheets of iron till his knees, waist, toes and ankles. Which one? So it will be obviously be knees. Till his knees it was like sheets of iron. He could not open it. Next, question 6. Under which tree did the man build the fire? Birch tree, pine tree, spruce tree or beech tree? Directly given from the book, it is spruce tree. So you see from the questions you'll have to be very particular about reading the story in detail, otherwise you'll miss these points. Question 7. There was a possibility of the man losing his toes because of no blood circulation, frostbite, fire burning his flesh, none of the above. This is obviously frostbite, because it is due to frostbite that he is going to, first it was dipped in cold water, then it was there in his moccasins, then there was no fire, so it should be frostbite. Question number 8. Why could the man not survive at the end? Because of his cruelty? No, not correct. Because of cold? Let's see the others. Because of his alacrity? Because of his inexperience. So it will be because of his inexperience. Alright. The man was most worried about the temperature, alternate layers of water and ice skin, the curves and bends and timber jams, and number D, sulfur creek. This one, the man was most worried about what? Not the temperature, not sulfur creek, not the curves and bends and timber jams. It was the alternate layers of water and ice skin, because he was constantly saying that once if I break through it, then it will be very problematic for me to to walk. Next. Now we will come to section B from the echoes directly from your specimen paper, the questions which are from to build a fire. We will discuss that also today only, so that once you prepare the chapter you can solve these questions and then move on to the next chapter. Alright. In the short story To Build a Fire, the protagonist travels alone. At what temperature is he warned against traveling alone? Obviously this is 50 degrees Fahrenheit below zero? Option number D. Now, question 2. What are we told about, now Louis Mallard question comes in between, so we will skip this. Next class when we start Story of an Hour again, then we will discuss this question. Next, Roman 3. What is the term used for the man in the short story to build a fire? You've already got it. This is not novice, not outsider, not intruder, but Shikako. Shikako is somebody who is an amateur, who is coming there for the first time, inexperienced. Next, what is the breed of the dog which accompanies the man? Is it a wolf? Is it a husky? Is it a Great Dane or Alsatian? It is husky. Who had warned the man against traveling alone in such a cold weather? His mates, another traveler, the old timer at Sulphur Creek, his dog. It is obviously not the dog, not the mates, not the other traveler, but the old timer at Sulphur Creek. Option number C. Next, we will move to question 6. What is Jack London's attitude to the Alaskan wilderness in the short story To Build a Fire? What is the theme, or what does he try to point out? Is it horror? Is it fear? Is it wonder or respect? It is fear. That's why we realize that nature is very powerful. We cannot, anybody and everybody thinking that okay, we will fight it, we can do anything and everything. That is not possible. So fear. Coming to the extract questions. At the man's heels trotted a dog, a big native husky, the proper wolf dog, grey-coated and without any visible or temperamental difference from his brother, the wild wolf. The animal was depressed by the tremendous cold. What was unusual about the man's journey? Is it the man did not know the region well? He did not have the proper clothes for the weather. He did not have required resources to reach the destination. He did not have enough food. This is very easy. He had food, he had clothes also, he had required resources also to reach the destination. What he did not have was, he did not know the region well. So it is option number A. Coming to the next question. What is the setting of the story? In Canada, in the Yukon Valley, in Alaska, in the Arctic regions. So this is also very easy, in the Yukon Valley. So what do you conclude about the relation between the man and the dog? There was a close bond between the two. The dog was merely the toil slave of the man. Can be correct. Let's see the other options. Always read the other options so that you are clear that this is the best option. The dog was too wild to be tamed by the man. No, the man completely ignored the dog. This does not belong to the answer. So option number B. Now coming to question 4. What was the dog's instinctive response to the tremendous cold? What was his response? The instinctive response. The dog was used to the cold and enjoyed it. Obviously, completely wrong. The dog's instinct told that it was no time for traveling. This can be correct. The dog expected the man to keep them both warm. The dog was indifferent to its surroundings. So see, A and D is completely, striked out. Because this is, you strike these two out because this is not correct at all. What was the dog's instinctive response? That instinct told that it was no time for traveling. It will be option B. Number 5. In what way was the dog protected against the cold? It did not feel the cold. Wrong. Obviously, everybody feels cold. Next, it had a thick coat of fur. This is correct. It was used to the cold regions. No. The man was there to protect it. No, not at all. The man just treated it like a dog, just like a servant. So option number B, it had a thick coat of fur which protected it from the cold. In what way did the dog come in useful to the man at one point in the journey? It helped him to build the fire? No. How will it help him to build the fire? It offered him silent companionship. It was not a companion, it was just a toil slave. It was made to go ahead to ascertain where the dangerous spots were. So this is correct because it was pushed to the dangers. It was told that you walk fast. We will see whether you break through the ice or you do not break through it. So I know that okay, there is no danger over there. So he was used like an instrument to ascertain whether there is any danger or not. So option number C. Next, coming to number 8. The man laughs off the advice given to him by the old timer. Which attribute of his character does this? Which attribute of his character does this showcase? What does it tell you about his character? He is able to appreciate humor. No, he does not have the intelligence to understand. This can be true. He is arrogant and too confident of himself to pay heed to others. This can also be correct. He is not a good listener. This can also be correct. But which one is the best one? He is arrogant and too confident. That, I don't bother what others tell me. I will not take any advice by them. Okay. So this is option number C. Next, coming to 8. What did the dog do while the man had his lunch? It kept watching the man, it yearned for food, it burrowed in the snow, it kept looking in the direction of the camp. So it kept watching the man. Is this the correct thing? What did the dog do when the man was having his lunch? Uh, so it yearned for food. Did it keep longing for food? It burrowed in the snow. It kept looking in the direction of the camp. So you see, when the man was having his lunch, what was he doing? It yearned for food. No, this is wrong. It burrowed in the snow. This can be correct. It kept looking in the direction of the camp. No, how will it know that where the man is actually going? It kept watching the man. This is also wrong. So you can directly say it is option number C. Next, coming to 9. Why did the man have to build a fire before having his lunch? He wanted to eat his food in comfort. He had to thaw himself out. He felt the fire would dispel the cold. The old timer had told him to do so. Old timer had not told him to do this. He felt the fire would dispel the cold. No, he had to thaw himself out. All in his beard was ice. So you had to first thaw it. Otherwise, how will you open your mouth and eat? Last question for today. What is the theme of this story? The ignorance of man, the overconfidence of man, the conflict between man and nature, nature as an enemy of man. Number C, option number C is the best. The conflict. We see that man feels that he is the most superior being, he can fight back. But then you have nature also who says, you see, if you keep thinking that you are best, you are most powerful, then I will show you one time that you are not the most powerful, I am. So it is a conflict between nature and man. So that's where we come to an end with this chapter, to build a fire. There are numerous questions from here. From any point, questions can be asked. So again, maybe after a few other chapters, after we discuss tempest, because many of you are asking for it, I will again move to these questions, some more questions from to build a fire. Do not worry. So that's all for today. Bye bye. Hope you have liked the video. If you have liked it, press the subscribe button below and also comment if you think that any other topic is necessary, or if you think anything else you want. I love to give a reply to your comments. Sometimes maybe it will be late, or sometimes I will not be able to. Don't worry, you keep your comment posted. I'll try to answer all of your doubts. Thank you. Bye bye.